It is absurd that Megan's mother Julie treated her like it was the 19th century and not the 1990s into which she had been born. As Megan reflected with hindsight when she could articulate the unfairness of her problematic childhood to herself and analyze it once her eyes were opened by Bibi, who came into her life to make it all right. Her mother was unthinkingly repeating patterns of oppression based on gender. One example was that Megan preferred wearing trousers as a child, which she found more comfortable than dresses. She liked the look of them, liked having pockets to put her hands and other things into, liked looking like her brother Mark, who was 3 years older. Wearing trousers really shouldn't have been an issue for a girl born in her time, but her mother wanted her to look cuter than she already was. Like the cutest of the cutest cutie pies, she was determined to dress Megan up for the approval of society at large. Usually, other females who commented on her looks from as early as she can remember, it was the defining aspect of Megan's early childhood. She didn't actually have to do or say anything except be cute, an end in itself, which reflected well on Mum, who could bask in the glory of the compliments that poured forth as a validation of her love of an African man. Between them, they had produced such an admired kid and made the world a better place. Megan should have been grateful and accepted her cute status. What girl doesn't want to be told how lovely she is, how special? Except it felt wrong. Even at a young age, something in her realized that her prettiness was supposed to make her compliant, and when she wasn't, when she rebelled, she was letting down all those invested in her being adorable. Mum being her primary cute investor, who she let down a lot. One Sunday, Megan threw herself onto the floor in hysterics when forced to wear another wild pink puffed up dress, and she kept it up until her mother was vanquished. Megan was her otherwise liberal mother's blind spot. There's something not quite right about Megan. She overheard her telling Auntie Sue one Sunday after lunch as they sat drinking tea in the tiny sitting room with just enough space for one small sofa, two armchairs, and a telly. She's such a beautiful child, but there's not a feminine bone in her body. I hope she grows out of it. I worry about her. Where will it all end? Meanwhile, Dad was in the garage with Uncle Roger, her two boy cousins, and brother Mark, tinkering with a prehistoric Cortina Dad still drove that came from Malawi, where he boasted everything was repairable. Watches, pens, furniture, clothes, lamps, broken crockery, super glued together jigsaw style, and yes, his daughter. He was a mother's enforcer, and after the dress protest that day, victoriously she got to wear red jeans. He had ordered her upstairs to play with the Barbies. The Barbies, with their stick legs and rocket breasts, were another problem Megan had to endure. She was supposed to spend hours dressing up or playing house with them, including the darker ones she was supposed to find more relatable in a fit she'd once tried to commit Barbicide, defaced them with colored marker pens, chopped off hair, extracted eyes with scissors, and delimbed a few. It resulted in the punishment of bed without any tea. The Barbie invasion proliferated on birthdays and at Christmas. Relatives talked about her incredible collection as if she would actually chosen to have them in her life. On her bed, on shelves, sitting on the mantelpiece, on the windowsill, each one creepily staring her out wherever she was in the room.